Hello and welcome to Spark Automotive. In today's video we're going to dive in 10 reasons your car is losing power when accelerating. If your car is losing power when accelerating, many things could cause it. Here are the most common reasons and what to do. If you've been experiencing car trouble and your car seems to be losing power when accelerating, don't worry, you're not alone. This is a problem that many car owners face, but there are several causes that can lead to it. In this post, we'll take a look at some of the most common causes of this issue and what you can do to fix it. So, if your car has been giving you problems lately, keep watching for more information. 1. Clogged fuel filter, both diesel and gas. A fuel filter has the responsibility of filtering the fuel before it goes into the engine and combustion chamber. If the fuel filter gets clogged and the fuel does not reach the engine chamber in the right quantity, the engine will not perform at its optimum level. You will feel as if you are losing power while you accelerate. So, when this happens, the first thing you should do is check your fuel filter. The fuel filter is located in the engine bay or near the fuel tank in your car's trunk. If the fuel filter is clogged, you can get it changed by a mechanic who will charge you a very paltry sum. 2. Clogged or dirty air filter, both diesel and gas. The engine needs clean air to function properly. Dust and other particles can damage the combustion chamber. Therefore, the air that goes into the system should always be clean. To ensure this, an air filter is placed right before the throttle body. As soon as the throttle opens, the air is sucked in, and it passes through the dedicated air filter, which cleanses the air of dust and other harmful particles. The air filter goes bad after a few thousand miles, so it is best if you get it changed every time you go for an oil change. 3. Clogged catalytic converter or particle filter. The exhaust removes all the harmful and unnecessary gases from the engine. The sooner the exhaust excretes these gases, the sooner the engine can restart combustion. Therefore, if the car can excrete gases faster than it produces them, the car runs fast and smoothly. However, if there is any obstacle in the way like a clogged catalytic converter or a clogged exhaust, then your engine loses power. 4. MAF sensor malfunction. The mass airflow sensor (MAF) measures the amount of air the car needs to accelerate. Once it gets that measurement, it sends this information to the ECU, which notifies the throttle to open accordingly, if the MAF is faulty and not measuring the airflow properly. You could experience a serious loss in power. Sensors can get worn out due to heat and dust. Regularly cleaning them can help improve their function. 5. Oxygen sensor malfunction, gas engines. The MAF senses the amount of air entering the engine, and the oxygen match with the oxygen sensor readings, then this means your car is in perfect running condition. The oxygen sensor also affects the fuel injection system, so it's necessary for it to function properly for your car to run smoothly. If the oxygen sensor fails, it can cause a lean or rich condition in the engine, which will cause the engine to lose power when accelerating. 6. Faulty fuel injectors, both diesel and gas. Fuel injectors introduce fuel into the combustion chamber. They do this by sending in fuel at high pressure, much like a spray. They need to spray the precise amount of fuel into the chamber for combustion to happen. If there is even a slight miscalculation, the combustion cycle can get disrupted, resulting in loss of power and, in the worst-case scenario, broken cams or pistons. 7. Fuel pump, gas engines. The fuel pump delivers fuel from the fuel tank to the engine. The fuel pump has to be powerful enough to be able to send the fuel at high pressure. If the pressure is low, the fuel injectors will not be able to spray the correct amount of fuel into the combustion chamber, resulting in a loss of power. A faulty fuel pump will not pose problems at low speeds, but you might be left wanting when you are looking for quick acceleration. Fuel pumps usually have a long life, so checking the fuel pump on your car shouldn't be your first action. 8. Worn spark plugs, gas engines. The spark plugs are another part of the engine that can cause problems with the engine's power. They create the spark that causes explosions inside the combustion chamber. Without them, your car won't even run. If you are losing power, bad spark plugs could be a problem in some rare scenarios. Mostly you will notice worn spark plugs when your car is misfiring. if your car engine doesn't sound like usual, there is a chance that a spark plug is worn out and the car is running on one cylinder less than usual. 9. Poor cylinder compression. Both diesel and gas, the cylinders in an engine have to be sealed tight so they can contain the explosions happening inside them. The car works on this basic principle. If the compression rate is high, then all the power from the explosion is being used to drive the pistons. However, if there is a leak, the compression rate drops. In easier terms, this means that the cylinder cannot compress the explosion, and the power is not completely transferred to the wheels. This can lead directly to a loss of power while accelerating. 10. Faulty turbocharger or boost pipe leak. Both diesel and petrol, if your car is equipped with a turbocharger, your turbocharger is likely damaged. The turbocharger gives the engine a lot of extra horsepowers, and without it, your car will feel like a tractor. An even more likely scenario is that a turbo boost pipe came loose, so the turbocharger will not increase the turbo pressure. This will cause a serious drop in the engine's performance and cause the turbocharger to break. There are many potential causes of a car losing power when accelerating. It could be something as simple as a clogged fuel filter or air filter, or it could be something more serious like a fuel supply problem. The best way to start diagnosing a car that is losing power when accelerating is by checking the trouble codes in the engine control module with an OBD scanner. You do also want to look for technical service bulletins for your vehicle. For example, Honda, Jeep, and Ram vehicles have power loss investigations and recalls. If your car has this problem, but you don't have the knowledge to fix it yourself, take it to a qualified mechanic and have them diagnose the problem as soon as possible. With proper diagnosis and repair, you should be able to get your car back on the road and running smoothly again. That's for today, and thank you for watching.